a little bit about rhythm today, talking a little bit about ear training today, we're talking about a little bit about advanced like picking patterns and stuff like that today, because I'd like to do a little bit of a lesson for how we play Zomby Woof. Again, this kind of comes from a request from you guys, so thank you for asking for this, because honestly it was a learning experience for me, and hopefully we can turn that into a learning experience for you guys out there as well. So I'm not going to go like too like Zappa, because Dweezil Zappa is still out there and he's continuing the tradition of Frank's music in a really wonderful way. So if you haven't checked out any of his educational guitar videos on how to approach some of this stuff, I would definitely check that stuff out. I'll try and leave some links in the descriptions to that. But that said, let's go over how I kind of did it. I actually, as you might know at this point, maybe not if you've only found me from Zappa videos, but if you don't know this, I play in a band called Funk Norris, and like funk is like a big passion of mine, always has been. I've always been a James Brown head, Tower of Power head. It is what it is. So that said, I like to practice like funky stuff, but doing that has prepared me really, really well for like tearing apart Zappa tunes, or other things like that, because it's a very rhythmic music, and to play funk well, you kind of have to practice rhythm. So I'm going to get into actually what I was just doing in the beginning of this video, which is kind of feeling some odd groupings over just a regular backbeat, a groove. So that said, I find it's really helpful to do that, to understand how to play along with a lot of Frank's music, because he's got a lot of weird like 5s and 7s and 9s and odd groupings like that. So to like feel the time of the music, it's really just important to practice that. So what I do, and you heard the metronome going there, but actually there's, if you're here looking for like guitar lessons, you might have already seen like the Corey Wong lesson that's out there, where he talks about setting your click. And I have mine set at 47 beats per minute right now. Just because that's a really good way to just feel the backbeat. So I'm feeling it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're there and then you're doing 16th notes. Right? So he talks about breaking that into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you accent each number of 4. So you accent 1. Then you accent 2. Then 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. Then you do all 4 like in one measure if you can. So it's like accent on 1, accent on 2, accent on 3, accent on 4. Try that again. Right? So it's kind of like that. Anyways, if you can play that pretty well, you can start kind of like letting the notes out of the gate. I should probably leave that on. So then, at that point you can kind of like hear where some of those odd groupings start to come in, but we're not done yet. And that's actually in itself just a great practice for funk and just feeling funk. But if you want to get into some more advanced, odder patterns, some things that will prepare you for Zappa, this is where it's at here. So now we're going to start to do, instead of just purely down, up, we're going to do down, up. So I like to do like, for 5, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So I think it's important to establish your 16th notes first. for 7, I do 2 2s. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. So down up down up down up down down up down up down up down. Right? So right? So then start practicing, again, letting the gate out of the chord. And I'm playing a little bit, mixing back and forth. Again, like when you get kind of comfortable with sitting in the pocket on this, you want to kind of treat it like a stew and mix in your ingredients together, and that gets you better at the whole thing. It might be kind of tough. You might want to just sit on your 7s for a bit or sit on your 5s a bit, like I was doing kind of in the middle. I started kind of doing that more deliberately. In the beginning, I was just kind of playing, and by the end, I was just kind of playing again. But that said, if you practice those things, and you're deliberate about your 5s, deliberate about your 7s, you'll find that you can, like, again, play with it a little bit more, cook a little bit, you know, do whatever you want to do with those, like, rhythmic ingredients there. That said, to get into, like, the Zappa stuff, right, that main thing, and the main reason I wanted to go into this is this riff here. That's 15/8 right there. And that's kind of tough to feel, but the reason I do these 5s and like these other things is because it makes it really, really easy to then start feeling things like 15/8, which may sound like, no, I didn't practice doing that when I practiced doing 5. Get out of here. But believe it or not, all 15 is I like to think of it as like this, like 8 would be like 1 2 3 4. That's 1 2 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So that's down up down up down up down up. That's 8. Then 7. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. So you're just switching back and forth. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 1 2 1 2 3, which is a little more advanced. But again, it's still the same skill, and you're still grooving. And if you're gonna start like adding ingredients together when you practice, anyways, this is just like another ingredient that you can add. So I kind of think about it like 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3. And then if you do that along with like a beat, you'll actually, let's see if I can line that up. I haven't tried this yet. some of that there, I was playing like in 2, but then it kind of like overlaps in this way where then you're on the beat, then off the beat. So it's fun to really, really play around with those rhythms that are odd like that, because you can like form even number phrases over them, and like play stuff that like feels, again, it's like off the beat. It's like you're playing like in between the bar line. It's a really, really fun way to approach that kind of music. That said, yeah, that's like a big part of how I practice for getting these things. The other part is intense ear training. And I think for like figuring out something really complex like this, you may want to kind of take it slow on that part. But if you feel like you're ready to tackle something like this, I think the best way to do it, sit and listen to the passages that are difficult, like over and over and over again, and learn how to sing them. You know what I mean? Like learn how to sing them note for note, and then sing them to yourself with your instrument and find your note. I think that's the easiest way to learn how to do this, because once you can connect this and this, you can start to like piece together how to do that. But that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I heard and what I found on this. The hardest passage is this one in my book. And then it plays it backwards. Actually, on my recording, I did this. Like that. So let's break that down a little bit, okay? Now, again, I just spent a long time listening to this, singing each passage. So, like, I would, like, listen to it and then pause it after, like, the first 5 notes. Because what I noticed, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I noticed that there's, like, a little bit of, like, an accent on every downbeat of those ones. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And into your 15/8 thing there. So yeah, let's break that down a little bit. Again, the way that I did it was just listen to it a bunch of times, and I like broke down the first 5, sang it to myself, and then figured out where it was. Now here's where it is. It's a high F, G, E, F, and then down to A. And what I did was I just practiced that over and over and over again until it sounded really, really like just clean. Then I practiced the next, right? So the next is kind of like, it's like an A flat or a G sharp, like minor. And it's like 1, flat 3, 5, flat 6, back home. So that's like G sharp, B natural, D sharp, E natural, G sharp, right? So then you practice both of them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just practice like doing that over and over again. You'll get the speed up if you just practice doing it like that. Then we move down chromatically. It's kind of like doing that kind of a line there. So when we move down to G, then it's kind of like an angular. This is like a very Zappa thing. If you don't trust me, go check out the Dweezil Zappa videos. You'll see. So, but that said, it's like G, C, B sharp, F, C. So that starts on the 12th fret on the 3rd string. It's like 3rd finger, 2nd string, pinky, 2nd string, middle finger, 1st finger on the G, 1st finger on the D. So then I practice them all together, and again, you kind of have to shift positions down. Then, shifting it down again to B, B, A, G sharp, B, F sharp. So that's like root with your 1st finger, flat 7 with your pinky, 6 with your 1st finger, octave with your pinky, fifth with your third finger. Then practice them all. Probably takes a minute to get there. That's okay. Then, like a C sharp major, D flat major 7, arpeggio. Then we're big. Right? So then that part, right? That's a G sharp, F, C sharp, C natural, B sharp, whatever Berkeley way you want to say it, right? Then G sharp, A into the phrase. Okay? Does that make sense? So all together. Okay? That's the thing. And that's a really, really tricky passage, but what you'll find is if you really want to learn this song well, you're going to learn that piece amazingly well, because you're gonna have to actually learn it forwards and backwards to play the whole thing, because at the next part, right, he goes 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, that scratch percussion thing, then backwards. Then here's a little different. So that's A, F, E, G, A, and then I just do that. I think he's like starting in on the guitar solo there, but that's what the notes are that I'm hearing. So that said, that's kind of what I did in my arrangement there. So yeah, that's like I think the hardest passage. And that's the 15/8 section, which that only happens one time in the song, but of course it's like right in the beginning where it's going to throw you off. So hopefully that helps clear up some of the mystery of this song. It's by all means not everything that I had to learn to play this tune, but I think that's like enough for today. So leave me a comment if you want me to cover a little bit more of what's going on in here. And be sure to like and subscribe so that you can, if you do leave a comment that you want some more, so that I can give you that stuff, and so that you can see exactly when I do. You want to know exactly when that drops, so that you can play this song before all of your friends can do, and then you win at guitar. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and play you out. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. I'll see you at tomorrow's video.